Yo, people, it's Big Sexy Girthquake. I do need a haircut, but still looking sexy. Alright, so people, let's talk about Anthony Joshua against Oleksandr Usyk. Obviously, the match happened in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I was lucky enough once to fight in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia as well. Yeah, they fought for the unified world heavyweight title. Basically, all the heavyweight titles, including the Ring magazine, apart from the WBC world title. And to be honest, when I break it down and I look at it, forget the actual boxing. Well, when I say forget the boxing, I don't mean actually forget the boxing. I mean, let's look at the theatrics. But before we get to the theatrics, let's talk about the boxing, obviously. All right, so basically, they boxed. Most people had Usyk winning comfortably. One of the judges had Anthony Joshua winning. I don't really think... A lot of people saying AJ did show a different type of fighter to the first fight. I don't really think there was much difference. I think Usyk just showed he has the better boxing IQ. Obviously, AJ, who said himself he's 18 stone, he isn't going to be able to punch in flurries like a lot of the smaller heavyweights that were like 14, 15 stone. I just feel like AJ couldn't use what he had against Usyk, which is basically being a big, strong guy and enforcing his size. He didn't know how to use that size. He didn't know how to use the length. He didn't know how to use the girth. As for the ending of the match, now a lot of people are saying that, oh, he's showing his true colours, all this sorts of stuff. Look, if you're in a world title fight and you get beat and you've put everything in not necessarily a world title fight, you could be whatever your level is. It could be, I don't know, like in anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be boxing. It could be golf. It could be tennis. It could be badminton. It could be anything. Not necessarily even sports. It could be I don't know, an exam you might do or a driving test, and you put so much effort, so much concentration, so much time dedicated, so much into it to then not achieve what you wanted. It's obviously it's gonna hurt. It's natural for someone not to like want to go crazy and tear the walls down and stuff. That would be like an act. I think a lot of people are saying maybe he acted it, maybe he had a mental breakdown. I don't think it's a mental breakdown. I just think it's just a normal thing. You train so hard, you want to be the best. You got into a rematch with someone, and you got beat. You got beat by the better man in the night. But the thing is as well, what people need to realise is you'll say, yeah, but why is he so angry about it? Why can't he just congratulate the guy? Which he kind of did do. He did do in bursts. He did say well done to him. He done it for his country, all that sort of stuff, and told the crowd to give him 5 cheers and stuff. But a lot of, like, you got to also think, what would have been the next option for AJ after that? Every fight AJ has, the guy's one of the biggest stars in boxing. He makes multi-millions. So any fight he has, he makes multi-millions. He could have potentially had an all-British undisputed match against Tyson Fury, who always comes in and out of retirement. But yeah, he could have had a undisputed match with him. That would have made like shitloads of money. Just bare peas he lost out on. So yeah, of course he's going to be angry. I would be angry. Anyone would be angry in that position. And if you're sitting at home telling me you wouldn't be angry, you're lying. You're lying. Like, of course you're going to be angry. He's just literally lost out on, I don't know what on, but like comfortably, I would say 8 figures. He's missed out on 8 figures. Maybe even 9 figures. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who would be putting the money into it, but maybe 8, 9 figures of finances he's missed out on. But yeah, obviously he can rebuild from that. But let's break it down. People are saying, oh, they didn't like what he was doing, but yet everyone's talking about it. How many AJ fights have happened where obviously everyone talks about them, but do they talk about it to the extent of what's happened now? If you look at the ending of the match, and people are saying they described it as WWE promos where he was holding the Ring magazine belt and the WBA belt. I'm going to show it as well at the end of the video, but when he was holding them belts and he threw them out the ring and he was obviously angry, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. like, that's entertainment to me. To me personally, I'd rather see that than someone go, yeah, well done to my opponent. He was the better man of the night. I'll train hard and I'll do my best. Like, I don't want to see that rubbish. It's like when you was in school and you'd get like some kids who would tell the teacher, oh, your cup of coffee looks really nice, or your dress you're wearing looks really good, or your tie you got on's like really nice, or you've got a good haircut, all that rubbish, yeah? Or would you rather see a kid, well, when you was in school, this is, tell the teacher, look, you fat, ugly, smelly idiot? Like, you'd rather see that. You would rather see like the ruthless aggression, and yeah, like, that to me was the ruthless aggression, which I personally enjoy that stuff. I enjoy the attitude era in sports and stuff. I prefer when people talk smack talk, have the kidology, etc. Another way to look at it is look at some of the greatest athletes of all, some of the greatest, most famous boxers of all time. Most 9 times out of 10, if you was to ask someone name a boxer, they would come out with Mike Tyson. They would come out with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali wasn't a very nice, pleasant speaker when he was talking about his opponents. He was very, very rude, and that's not just me saying that. That's actual factual stuff. The names he was calling some of his opponents wasn't nice at all. But obviously, doesn't take anything away from him as a man. As a man, he was an incredible human. Another person I mentioned, Mike Tyson, one of the most famous boxers of all time. When you actually look at Mike Tyson and you break down his career, some of the stuff he said, some of the stuff he said in press conferences to reporters and to fighters was very bizarre but very graphic. And when Mike was saying that, I believe personally, as well as his knockouts and stuff, that stuff was getting people talking about him. The news, when they hear that sort of stuff, are going to obviously broadcast it because he already is famous, and he's taken that fame to an extreme level with the stuff he's saying and the stuff he said to reporters and stuff. I'm all for it, you know. I like it. Personally, I would like to see AJ adopt more of an attitude and be dominant. Maybe in wrestling terms, he'd be the heel. But yeah, that's interesting. How about you guys? Let me know at home what you think. And make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you are subscribing. And make sure you are commenting. Peace.